This is Remix Report with your hosts, DJ JD and DJ J Spring. For the date of
May 12th, 2010.
Happy 50th episode!
Welcome to Remix Report. We happen to have a few of these left over. It's actually DJ JD's birthday today. So make sure you guys wish a happy birthday to JD. It's also our 50th anniversary in a way. It's our 50th episode. 50 of these kind of went by fast. And believe it or not, I'm going to say this. I really think that today is our most important episode yet.
Wow, on our 50th episode, our most important.
It's kind of a special episode. Usually I know we do the playlist Wednesdays, but we're going to kind of stray from that today because we have something very important for our 50th episode. And it's not the cat that I was referring to.
Okay.
Alright.
Wow.
Back to Remix Report. What's really important today is that we're going to discuss Lil Jon's Out of Your Mind and what he's done with that and his DJ army. I know all of us as DJs, one of our goals is to work with artists, and every DJ would love to have artist drops. And you don't get them too often from big artists, especially like Lil Jon. I'd actually consider Lil Jon this decade one of the top 10 hip-hop artists of the decade, which is pretty big.
Yeah, I would agree.
And crazy enough, he actually put himself out there and made himself available to all DJs for drops. He gave out his email, which I believe was liljondrops@gmail.com. And he actually came through, fulfilled his end of the bargain, and gave out everybody drops who sent him emails. And now it's up to us as DJs to return the favor and play his record, Out of Your Mind, which he's still trying to push right now, and hopefully the buzz is getting stronger. The crazy thing is that not only did he do drops, but he made this as easy as possible for DJs. He gave us a bunch of different versions with different cities. I know that DJ Skills, our friend Skills, gave him some edits, and Lil Jon put those out for all DJs with a bunch of different cities. I know DJ City carries them. He also, yesterday, just sent out acapella intro edits. This is crazy that an artist as big as Lil Jon is actually doing this for everybody.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely nuts, because and the reason being, for some reason, he's not getting the support from his label like he was in the past. And so he has to go out there and push it all himself, and he's really promoting hard. I mean, he's doing everything we would want him to do. Like Spring said, all the city edits. So even if you don't have your individual drop from him, which only 6 months ago some people were charging like $400 or $500 to get Lil Jon drops, he's giving them out for free just to help you guys. So if you didn't get a drop, you have your city or your region of the United States or whatever, and it's nuts. It's nuts. So
I know he was just in Brazil actually recently this week, and I know he just came out with a bunch of Brazil city edits too. So he's just going crazy, and there's really nothing more we can ask of Lil Jon. He did his job. I know a lot of artists, you'll hear them in interviews, and they'll say, "I love the DJs. Thanks to all the DJs for their support." But they're not really putting their money where their mouth is. Lil Jon is actually going way out of his way, and he's not only saying thank you, he's actually giving us drops, giving us edits. There's really nothing more that we can ask from Lil Jon. And like I said, I mean, I like to compare DJing to sports a lot. And you know how in sports sometimes, I don't know, a guy will say, I did it all for the team, or I don't really care about my stats, I just care about the team. I mean, you don't really know if they're telling the truth or not. Lil Jon is saying, I love the DJs, and he's actually doing something about it, and he's proven that he really does, and he's giving us everything that we need.
So we should be out there supporting him, playing his record.
Yeah. Even if you don't like the record, if you get a drop from Lil Jon, you have to help him out. He helped you out. Lil Jon's obviously a huge artist. He's helping out every DJ. Even I was telling JD, even Joe the DJ who DJs at his little sister's birthday party for 6-year-olds got a drop from Lil Jon. So everybody needs to support this record. If you haven't started playing it yet, play it immediately. even I'll go even further and say play all the Lil Jon you can at the club, because he obviously has a lot of hits that are still very relevant. Snap Your Fingers, Get Low.
Yeah, there's tons of them.
And tons of songs that he's hyped onto, Pitbull, Crazy. Just play whatever Lil Jon you can, because this is really our time to shine. If you're a DJ, and we talk about the importance of a DJ, if you want to prove that we're important, we have to start pushing this record. If we want any other artist, maybe someday in the future, to step up like Lil Jon did, we have to prove that we can make a difference and that we can break this record.
Yeah, that'll really prove something.
Yeah. So, with that said, let's talk about the record for a second. It's 100 BPM, and it almost has like an electro feel for something that's 100 BPM.
Yeah, it's like a slow electro house song almost.
It's actually one of those records that I kind of remember the first time I heard it, and I was just like, wow, because at 100 BPM, it doesn't sound like anything else that's really ever been done that I can think of. It's very hype, and it would actually go good, really, underneath an a cappella outro for any other song that's the same speed. And a side note, when we say to play this record all the time, obviously this isn't the kind of record you play at your grandparents' 50th anniversary party. So obviously there's certain times that you probably wouldn't, but anytime you get the chance, I would suggest to play the record.
Yeah, I think it was actually produced by LMFAO, and they're on the song too.
And it hits very, very hard. And like we mentioned, Lil Jon actually also gave a bunch of a cappella intros. He sent them to everybody in his DJ army, which if you aren't a part of that on Facebook, join that now. Just search Lil Jon's DJ army and make sure you guys join that, because he'll start emailing you stuff and sending you edits on Facebook. And like I said, those a cappella intros he sent out to us through that, and also on DJ City, so that's another way that you guys can mix into the song. And as far as going after it, it's kind of tough because the song is very, very, very hype. Can't say enough how hype this is. This Lil Jon and LMFAO basically going as hard as they can.
Yeah, you really got to go into like some old hip hop, like
the obvious one is "Party Up" by DMX, and that definitely keeps the vibe going. You definitely want to, like JD said, keep the vibe going after this one, which isn't easy to do. So make sure you plan ahead and know what you're gonna play after this. Make sure it's something just as hype. And I'd say one easy option is go on Clan, go on Crack, DJ City, wherever you normally get your music from. There's a lot of dope transitions that stay at Out of Your Mind the whole time, but just transition speeds. And they go from like 100, you can get up to 125, 128. I know Kid Spin did one on DJ City. I think Rocket Scientist did one on Clan.
Yeah, Rocket Scientist also did a really, really sick party break of it.
That's right.
Really dope. And that's on Crooked Clan as well, / Rocket Scientist, so check that out. Really
so
sick.
Wherever you guys get your music from, check, because I'm sure someone's done something with it. There's a lot of options here. Not that you even need anything crazy for the song. The song is hype enough on its own. But just bottom line, make sure you guys are playing this record. This is what we need to do. Like I said, I think this is our most important episode to date, because we really need to get everybody behind this. We're going to push this episode on Twitter, on our Facebook. Make sure you guys retweet this. Lil Jon's really, really hooking us up. We can't stress it enough, so we have to return the favor and prove that as a DJ, we do have some worth and we can break a record.
Exactly. That's our power. We can do it.
So I think that's all there really is to say. I think we've been repeating it over and over. Play this record. If you have any questions or any comments, let us know where you guys are playing the record. Let us know how you play the record or which version you're playing of it. Remixreport@gmail.com, or even better, please leave us comments. Leave us comments right underneath this episode. We're also going to post the video for Out of Your Mind, which Lil Jon has also made a point to send to all the DJs and his army. He's really hooking us up as much as he could possibly do.
So let's support.
Happy 50th episode to us, and also very happy birthday to DJ JD. Make sure you guys wish him happy birthday.
Thank you. See you next
time.
time.
Alright guys, we'll see you next episode.
Remixreport.com